All right. Well, hello. This is the tutorial on how to give your custom item or block a texture using resource packs. This should be based off the items we created last time, so it should be very simple. Yeah, we'll just jump right into it quick. All right. So inside of your Minecraft instance, there is a folder named resource packs. Inside of this will be a folder named whatever you want, followed by 3 items. One of them is a folder named assets. The other is a pack.png. That's the what icon your resource pack will use, and then a pack.mc meta that will let the game acknowledge that that is a resource pack that it can use. Instead of assets would be followed by another folder that corresponds to the mod ID of what you want to change or add, followed by more folders and more files. So we'll just jump into basics right now. We'll make a texture for the item honk. So when you create a new thing, whatever, the first file you make can be whatever you want. So I'll just name it the folder. This can be whatever you want it to be named. You then have a new folder that is, again, assets. And then you have the pack.mc meta. This right here is kind of important as it lets the game realize that this is a texture pack that it can use. So inside this one, it's pretty simple on getting it first started. So you have pack that contains pack format, and pack format is an integer. So right now it's set to 15 because 15 is a number for 1.20.1. The pack format is what tells the game if what version it's allowed to be used for. I'll put up on the screen a list of pack formats for what versions are what, but we'll just be using 15. And you have description, which is just what it describes it. So a test. And then for the icon, well, can be any square image. I'm not going to put a square image, but it's just going to be a PNG named pack.png, and it'll use that inside of this menu right here. So these textures, whatever, for the covers, are all PNG images named pack.png. So then you have assets. In the assets folder will be the mod IDs. So say, you wanted to make a resource pack that modifies a Minecraft texture. Then you would start by making a folder named Minecraft. But in this case, this will be your mod ID. So when you make your item, you register it starting off with the mod ID. The mod ID right here is exactly what this folder in the assets folder will be named. And then inside of this folder will be folders named models, textures, and block states. Right now, we'll just be doing an item. So we make a folder named models, a new folder named textures, and that's it. And inside the models folder, you'd create a new folder named item. And because we also need texture for the item, we also create a folder named item inside of textures. And now inside of the item folder, inside of the model folder, we would create a JSON file that corresponds to the item name. So this JSON file will be named honk.json. And inside of honk.json is very simple. It starts with parent, so this will be a parent, and then parent will contain item/generated. This will make it a 2D item. And then you have textures, which contains layer 0. It does your mod ID, so big ass titties item/honk. So what this is doing right now is calling towards the texture item, and then right here will be a PNG of your item. It'll be the iron bullet from my Ignite mod. That right there is literally all you need to do to create the given item a texture. So when you go back to Minecraft, so I'm holding the big ass titties.honk item. You literally just go to options, resource packs, and then you drag the folder you made into there and click yes. It'll show up right here. So what looks like a cobblestone block because I didn't give it any pack image. So you just activate it, let it load. Shouldn't take that long since it's just changing a bit. And then look at that. Oh, whoa, that is not my normal skin. What? Now, the name. We'll finish up the item stuff with the name. You see how it's just item.bigasstitties.honk? To do that, we need a lang file. So inside of the assets folder, big ass titties, create a new folder named lang. Very simple, very simple. And then we create a new folder called enus. So inside of this, it's very simple. Because it's a JSON file, you have to start with open brackets. And then you literally just have item.bigasstitties.honk. So that right there will be exactly how it'll work. And then you have the name you want to be. So this will just be honk. Just like that. That simple. And then we save it, go back to our game, resource packs, and we put the folder back in. And actually what we're going to do is we're just going to move the folder. So once you click open folder inside of resource pack, right here, you can take the folder that you've first just been creating it in and drag it into here. The reason why I'm saying to do that, any changes you do can be applied by simply doing F3T. It'll reload your game's textures and whatever. And then when you come back to it, because I guess I'll just stick with that. You see, look at that. I have changed the name to honk. Next, you have blocks. Blocks are, again, very simple. So inside of your resource pack, after the assets and the mod ID, you have models. You create a new folder named block. And inside of this folder will be a JSON file of your item again. It's just like the items again, the name of the block and then .json. And then inside of it, we'll just make cube all for the parent, and then it's going to call the texture all mod ID block slash the texture name. So then in the textures, you create a new folder named block, and then inside of that, you literally just put the PNG of your new block, of the block. That has to be the name again too. So boobablock.png. I'll be using the backrooms concrete ceiling for this one. Oh, I also forgot. Yeah, I reloaded it and it didn't work. That's because of a block states folder that you need. So next to the lang models and textures folder, you create a new folder named block states. Block states is where a new JSON file will be made of the block's name .json, and then inside of it, we'll just be doing a normal one. This is calling to the model of the block. So it goes variant that contains blank string that then contains model that holds big ass titties. So the mod ID block slash booba block, and then you can add weights to it if you have more types. We're not going to add a weight. What this is doing is it's calling to a model now. Now that that's in, reload your game, and look at that. Look at that. That's the block now. Now you might be wondering, well, look at that. The item isn't correct. That can also be fixed too by going into the models folder, item, and then creating a new JSON file that is, again, the block's name.json. And inside of this file, this is literally all it contains, parent that then holds the mod ID block slash booba block, block slash your block's name. So big ass titties block slash booba block. And then once that's in, once you reload your game, you go back. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. See, now it's all in. It's just that simple. And then you have the block name. That's obviously not correct. So you just go back into your en.us, and then you just comma block dot big ass titties again dot booba block. And I should also state inside of this follows the same rule of no of no spaces. It has to be underscores or dashes depending how you registered it. So now when you reload your game again, go back. Look at that. See, now it has its own name. So that's as simple. It's just simple as that. That's how you make custom blocks and items textures for them. That's just the bare bones. So sounds can they also follow the same concept, except Minecraft has a built-in feature in registering sounds. So inside of your mod ID folder, you create a new thing called sounds. Inside of sounds, you can make more folders, whatever. But right now, we need to create a file outside of the sounds folder named sounds.json. Inside of sound JSON, it goes as the following. You make a custom sound that then contains sounds, which then contains the name of the sound. So the mod ID the sound name. So big ass titties custom sound, custom dash sound. And then that's all you need to do for the first sound. And then you see how it's the name. The name is basically where it's located in the file. So big ass titties sound. So big ass titties sound folder, and then custom sound.ogg. It has to be a .ogg. Minecraft will not read .mp3 files or any other type. It'll read OGG and that's it. And then once it's in the game, F3T. And now when you do slash play sound, big ass titties custom sound, it'll play a custom sound. That sound is actually for the smooth bore inside the Ignite mod. It's as simple as that. And if you want to add subtitle, you can add subtitles to it. You go back to the sounds.json, whatever, and then you do a new spot literally called subtitle, and then you give it the lang of where you want it to go. So this will be big ass titty, so mod ID dot, and then custom sound. See how it shows the subtitle now? Now, if you could tell, it obviously doesn't have a translation, so you just go to the lang spot, open it up, and then the exact translation that you put, so big ass titties custom sound, would then be what's next, and then followed by 1RB. So I'll just do custom sound. And then just like that, F3T, and reload it. Play the sound again. See, look, custom sound. And that's how you make custom sounds too. Very simple. All of this stuff is very simple. So that's the resource pack creation, how to give your custom items sounds, well, how to make sounds that are already inside the game. So that's just a bonus. You're welcome. And then how to give your custom items textures and models so they look good inside the game. Oh, and names, proper name files. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm now going to edit all this and figure out why my skin keeps changing each time I reload the game. Yep. Till next time. Thanks for watching.